We had a Puerto Rican lady got saved in our adult church in New York. She got good and saved. There's a difference. I can't prove it theologically, but it just is. Some people get saved, some people get good and saved. She got good and saved. She sat up front. I'm going to let that sit. Couldn't speak English, just Spanish. Through an interpreter, she said, Pastor, I got to do something for God. I got to do something for God. I said, honey, it's going to be hard because of the language thing. She said, please, I owe him everything. I owe him my life. Let me do something. I didn't know what to say. I said, look, we got 50 buses we use to pick up the kids. Just, I don't know what I'm talking about. I said, ride a different bus every week and just love the kids. I didn't think she'd do it anyway, because most Christians that say they're going to do something, they don't. So I really didn't expect anything to be different. She doesn't. She doesn't. I'm shocked. She rides a different bus. She finds the poorest, dirtiest kid on that Sunday school bus route. She's sitting up front. She gets the kid. Now watch this. She puts the kid on her lap, and she learned, I didn't know this till a couple of weeks into it, but she learned how to say in English, I love you, Jesus loves you. That's all she can say. So she's got this kid on her lap, and all the way to Sunday school and all the way back, she whispered to this kid over and over again, I love you, Jesus loves you. I love you, Jesus, because that's all she can say. So that's all this kid hears all the way to Sunday school and all the way home. That's all he hears. She rides a different bus every week, right? This goes on for months. Finally, she comes to me, again, through the interpreter, and she says, I don't want to change buses. I want to stay on that bus. I said, okay. Didn't really think much about it. So I asked the driver, I said, what's up with the lady that can't speak English? He says, I don't know. But she just kind of is connected with this little boy, little 6-year-old boy. But he was a little 6, tiny. He lived in a drug house, crack house, over on Gates Avenue, not far from the church. And he didn't talk. We didn't know if he couldn't talk, know if he wouldn't talk. But I mean, literally, the kid would sit like this. I understand that. And he would just sit with his head down. And he would never say a thing. I saw him in Sunday school. He would just sit. Somehow, this woman connected with this little boy. And it was what started in September, October, November, into the second week of December. And the kid never said a word, but every week he'd come to Sunday school. She'd put him on her lap. I love you. Jesus loves you. I love you. That's it. Kid never spoke. So second week in December. We have 3 sessions on Saturday. That's when we bring the kids in. We bring in 2,000 kids, break them down to have Sunday school, take them home, go pick up another 2,000, bring them in at 1 o'clock, take them home, pick up another 2,000 for 4 o'clock. We do it in shifts all day long on Saturday. He came to the 1 o'clock session. Regular day. We were getting ready for Christmas. So they're driving home, and they pull the bus up in front of his tenement house. And again, this kid has not talked ever for months. So usually when the bus pulls up, the kid just hops off her lap, runs out and goes in the back of the building. Normal day, bus pulls up, and she one more time whispers, I love you, Jesus loves you. And then we got it. Instead of jumping off her lap and jumping off the bus, he gets off her lap, and he takes his hands like this, and he puts them like this on her face, and he gets her close, and he whispers to her, I love you too. That was 2:30 on a Saturday afternoon. At 6:30 that night, they found him dead in a garbage bag under the fire escape of the building. That afternoon, his mother took a baseball bat and beat him to death. But one of the last things that little boy heard from a lady who can't even speak English, I love you. Jesus loves you. Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know you, man. But I know a few things. And one of the things I know, that there's a little boy in heaven today, and nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Because there was a lady that couldn't talk, had no training, had never heard the audible voice of God, had never had a call, never seen a burning bush. But she saw a little boy that nobody loved. And she said, I can do that. What kind of people make a difference in this thing? Regular people. Regular people.